Hello, dear students. I hope you are all doing well and staying healthy. So starting from today, we will do several online sessions regarding to IELTS writing task 2. And today we will cover how to write an introduction part of an writing task 2. Our lesson goals for today, you will understand after this lesson what is the structure of an introduction paragraph, and how to implement, use paraphrasing skills that you have already learned in the reading part, now in the writing part, and understand what is the thesis statement and why do we need the introduction part. So let's start from the statement first of all. Here is given the statement: the best way to improve health is to do regular exercise. To what extent do you agree? So I would say in order to write an effective essay, you need to first of all understand the statement itself. And here the statement says the best way. It means it's giving us the solution. How can we develop our health? In another word, immune system. And here is given the answer by doing regular exercise. And the question for us, to what extent? In another words, how much do you agree with this statement? And we need to explain. As it's asking from us to what extent, doesn't mean that you have to wholly agree with the statement, or it doesn't mean that you should disagree with whole statement. To what extent? How much do you agree? How much do you disagree with the statement? And here you will do the analysis, first analyzing the statement, then going to the introduction part. Okay, so let's look at the structure for the introduction paragraph. We have three main keys in the introduction paragraph. The first one is hook. It means, in another word, attention grabber. For example, when you start writing the introduction paragraph, you would think, who would be the audience or reader? It can be a teacher, it can be an examiner. Now, in our case, that we are getting prepared for an IELTS exam, our audience is examiner. So, how can we grab examiner's attention? Is it like very important or not? Should we make joyful essay or not? So I would say no. We don't need to write hook in IELTS writing, but general and academic essays, it's required to write a hook, but in IELTS, something specific that you don't have to write a hook. So we can start from the second part, which is background statement. Background statement, in other words, it means the paraphrase version of the statement itself. So we need to practice more paraphrasing here. And the most important part of the introduction paragraph is test statement. Test statement here you will answer to the question, to what extent do you agree? And you need to provide your answer. After that, if you want, you can also add some extra ideas. Now let's start from the background statement. So how can we paraphrase this statement? As you know, we have different methods of paraphrasing by synonyms, paraphrasing by using different kind of grammatical structures. For example, the original statement says, the best way to improve health is to do regular exercise. To what extent do you agree? And paraphrased version is given here, the best. I have chosen the following words, synonyms: the most effective, way, method. To improve, I use the word in developing and improving, the most effective method in developing and improving. So as you notice, I used two words. Instead of saying to improve, I used in developing and improving. And what is more here, one more important thing is I use different grammatical structure. Instead of using to improve infinitive form, I used gerund in developing and improving ing form. So what does it mean? It means that in IELTS examiner will pay attention your skill for paraphrasing. And I'm showing here that I can paraphrase it. I know the different kind of different synonyms for the word improve, developing and improving. And I like the word improve and I added it. That's okay. And let's continue. Health. It stayed as it. So would it be a problem? No, of course you don't have to change all words, especially terms. Then is to do regular exercise. I use is considered to be daily exercise. Okay. What is more? I use instead of using active voice, I change it into passive voice. Is considered by people, by somebody. And to be daily exercise. Regular, I change with the word daily, like everyday exercise, right? And I left the word exercise as it because changing it to sport would be sound a bit different. They are not like good synonyms. They don't fit each other in the context now. So I didn't change the word exercise. So let's read the paraphrased version one more time. The most effective method in developing and improving health is considered to be daily exercise. Next up, the test statement. So what is a test statement? It is answering the question, and our question is here, to what extent do you agree? And examiner is looking in the introduction part for your answer. Would you say, yes, I do agree? Or would you say, no, I don't agree or disagree? So you should organize your academic essay in a logical way. You should show here your answer in a clear way by using some introductory words like, in my opinion, I think, and etc. That it's like a tip for helping tips for examiner to find your answer easily. So how I did write a thesis statement? I started in this way. In my opinion, I agree that exercise is the key to health. So I agree that exercise is the key to health. I'm not telling that it's all about staying healthy, but key to health. However, I also believe that balanced diet is important. As I mentioned before, in thesis statement, you can also add your new ideas because you're going to write 250 words and you're not going to write only about doing a regular exercise, right? You need to add some extra points, also extra ideas also. So this statement can be 2 sentences or 1 sentence also. It depends on your skills. If you're good at making compound or complex sentence, you're welcome to do so also, keeping all this information in 1 sentence. But if you are like lack of time, especially because it's given only 40 minutes, right, in the writing task too, it's better to also keep it as 2 sentences. So now let's read the introduction part wholly. The most effective method in developing and improving health is considered to be daily exercise. In my opinion, I agree that exercise is the key to health. However, I also believe that balanced diet is important. So if I were an examiner, let's say, I would say, wow, why? Because it's clear and I got the answer for the question. To what extent you agree with the statement? So to recap what we have learned today, in a nutshell, like tips for writing an effective introduction. First thing is paraphrasing. You should practice more how to paraphrase, write. And why is that? Because plagiarism is not allowed, of course. You shouldn't copy IELTS statement. Otherwise, they will give you very low score or band. And as I mentioned also again before, so you don't have to change all words, especially terms. You can leave them. and pay attention for this statement, how you can answer to the question. Be relevant with that. Use introductory words to state your opinion. As it's stated here, in my opinion, I believe that, and etc. So to conclude my lesson, perfect practice makes perfect, I would say, and I have stated here, shown here, two other different statements for opinion essay, and I want to assign you as a homework. And after writing your paragraph to these two statements, please, I would require kindly to send me to my email. So, thank you.